Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And this is the second news on 3rd February newspaper front page dawn. Finance Ministry to clear IPP's dues in 2 tranches. Forward division to place summary before ECC today for approval by Kalikiani. Islamabad and the deal between the government and independent power producers IPPs has entered the implementation phase after the finance ministry agreed to clear about rupees 400 billion dues in 2 installments of 40% and 60% within 6 months. At the time of filing of this report, the Power Division of Energy Ministry was finalizing a summary that could be placed before the Economic Coordination Committee, ECC, of the Cabinet for formal approval on Wednesday, as otherwise a special ECC meeting would have to be convened within a couple of days, a senior government official told Dawn on Tuesday. In any case, he said, the agreements had to be cleared by ECC and before the next cabinet meeting so that all legal formalities were completed by February 12 and the expiry date of Memorandum of Understanding MOUs signed by the IPPs and the government's negotiation committee. The government claims a total of about rupees 836 billion, saving over up to 20 years remaining life of IPPs. Under the deal, the government government would pay 40% of dues soon after the signing of formal agreement for amendments to original power purchase agreements PPAs. Of this 40%, 1/3 would be paid in cash, 1/3 in Pakistan investment bonds, PIBs, and 1/3 in a 5-year Islamic sukuk. The PIBs involve a rate of return on the basis of prevailing 10-year treasury bills plus 70 basis points, while 5-year sukuk would entail a return of T-bills minus 10 basis points, 10 basis points. The structure has been designed in a consultation with the banking sector to allow an equal exposure to conventional and Islamic banks. A similar structure that would be applied for the next tranche of 60%, and that is 1/3 in cash and remaining 2/3 in BIPs. BIPs and the scoop on a 50-50 basis. All these will be paid within 6 months after the payment of the first tranche, but in that case, both BIBs and the scoop would be for 10 years. The official said almost all the IPPs, including Hub Power Company and Code Addu Power Company, CAPCO, were on board for the final settlement, except 8 wind power plants and the four IPPs, the company called Mancha Group, that had been blamed for securing excess payments in the past. This group of four has now agreed to have a three-member arbitration commission comprising one retired judge of the Supreme Court to be nominated by either side, who would then jointly choose a third member, either an independent expert or a leader jurist. The Arbitration Commission would settle within 5 months of the dispute over rupees 55 billion alleged excess payments to the four IPPs. The decision of this arbitration would be binding on both sides without any resource to local litigation or international arbitration. And this is being considered as a major breakthrough by the government, as the Mantra Group IPPs had strongly opposed uh, judgment by NEPRA, and instead of wanting the settlement through international arbitration. NEPRA had earlier taken a suo motu notice of the excess payments, but the IPPs had secured the stay order from the Islamabad High Court. The issues with the eight wind power projects could not be finalized owing to their load curtailment issues with the national grid and the distribution companies, and dispute over sharing of operations and maintenance costs. Meanwhile, HUBCO reported to the stock exchange that it had reached an agreement with the government. Besides the payment schedule, HUBCO reported that in the larger national interest and the sectoral sustainability, the two sides have agreed to reduce the existing fixed operating costs document by 11%, which keeping the existing arrangement of indexation. At the same time, the two sides have agreed to discontinue the dollar exchange rate and US CPI inflation indexation on the project company equity, and fix it on National Bank of Pakistan's TT slash OD selling exchange rate prevailing on August 21, 2020 till the current exchange rate at rupees 160 per dollar reached rupees 168.60, 168 rupees 60 per dollar. And the existing arrangement under PPA for the current half year shall apply for future billing. HUBCO said the two sides also agreed to engage without delay in negotiations on premature termination of the PPA that is valid until 2027 against compensation for early retirement, while certain outstanding disputes shall be resolved through arbitration under the PPA. HUBCO will convert its two of the four units to coal and supply relatively cheaper power to K Electric under separate terms and conditions. And in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, to please subscribe our channel and press the like and bell button to get the press from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time and goodbye.